Hi, I'm David Manti, and welcome to a new episode of 5 Minutes with Manufacturing.net. With me today is Mike Franz, co-founder and chief innovation officer at ShopFloor Coffee. Thank you very much for joining me today, Mike.
Great to be here, David. Thanks for having me.
Workforce development is a pressing issue in the manufacturing community. So how does ShopFloor Coffee's mission translate into concrete actions and initiatives? And can you at least share a success story or two of the programs that you've supported from your proceeds?
What we did, or what we're doing with ShopFloor Coffee, is it's simple. We make great coffee and we give back to workforce development programs and initiatives within the manufacturing community. That's it, full stop. What we're trying to do and work with are local and national programs that we've identified for now. We're still relatively new, but for now we've identified these organizations and associations, and a portion, 20% of our proceeds from each sale go towards those initiatives and programs. So it's something that we're proud of. It's more of a passion project as it started out. Now it's going like this. So it's fantastic. The community has really gotten behind it and is stepping up, and we couldn't be more proud.
Well, and it's not just organizations and associations. You want this on actual shop floors too, right?
The idea is to get on every shop floor, manufacturing shop floor across the country. The only way we'll be able to make an impact is by selling some coffee. So our experience is that there's a coffee pot in every facility. Everybody drinks coffee. Depending on the size of the place, you could have one pot or 15 pots running at a time. And we want to be the coffee of choice with a better product and something that's very mission driven that gives back to the community.
Oh, I know they use a lot of it. Last time I was hanging out with the owner of a machine shop, filled the pot to the top with the grounds. I'm like, there's nowhere for the coffee to go or for the water to go. And then we didn't sleep for 3 days.
Well, hey, I mean, in that situation, we have no problem with that. The more coffee, the more we give back.
Right? I'm like, your heart.
Your heart. Right.
The origin story of a company can be quite inspiring. Can you take us through the journey of how the co-founders conceived the idea for ShopFloor Coffee and its mission to support workforce development in the manufacturing sector?
Yeah, so our CEO, Amy Teal, and I were literally sitting around having a cup of coffee one morning. There was an upcoming event here in the Twin Cities. It's put on by a local consulting company. It's called the State of Manufacturing. And they have a massive event, 400 plus manufacturers that come to it. And for years and years and years, I've been going to this thing. And every year, top 2 or 3 items or issues on the board, one of them is our workforce development programs. And both Amy and I have been involved in manufacturing for 20 plus years. And we thought, what's a good kind of easy thing to get started so that we can give back? And we're sitting there having a cup of coffee and ding, ding, ding. Hey, let's start a coffee company and make it kind of unique, give it some fun names for the coffees, get people involved. Luckily enough, we're based off our experience, we've been able to make a solid network of people, or create a solid network of people within the industry, which has catapulted us to working with AMT, working with NCATC, working with Skills USA, and various organizations at the national level, which has really put a spotlight on what we're trying to do. We're going to be at IMTS this year. We have a big presence there. And other giant events that can really impact the industry. So starting out, we started in September of last year, and it's just been bonkers ever since. And we can't thank the community enough for helping support it.
Talking about Skills USA, you getting those kids cranked up before the competition?
We advise against, heavily caffeinating yourself, but especially to the younger folks. But maybe it'll help the parents cheer louder for them.
Well, you mentioned the naming conventions. My personal favorite is Time and a Half. Do you have a personal favorite?
Oh man, Red Shop Towel is probably my favorite. First Shift, MRO, yeah, is pretty darn good. Weekend BS is good. Oh man, The FNG is always is a favorite of many people, but yeah, I would have to go with First Shift, Red Shop Towel, and probably Time and a Half are my top three.
But don't you think Red Shop Towel alienates all those shops using blue towels?
I mean, we may come out with a special edition. It may have some blueberry notes to it or something like that. Who knows?
Well, your unique distribution model sets ShopFloor Coffee apart. Can you detail, you talked a little bit about it before, but can you detail how this model works and explain the specific advantages it offers to industrial distributors who partner with your brand?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. One is we're working with which I mentioned to you before, is we're working with more the standard break room and office supply distributors, both locally and nationally here in Minnesota and across the country. And then we're also taking our product to industrial distributors as well, so they can carry it on their website if they would like to. We've partnered up with local and national groups as well in those sales channels. So we hope, and our efforts are going towards those two sales and distribution channels, and we think it's a unique industry niche that we're trying to get into. But if you're buying from a local distributor, we'd love to be on their shelf and on their website. So that's one of the plans.
Excellent. Well, Mike, thank you again for taking the time, man. I really do appreciate it.
David, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for all the support.
Well, from Mike Franz with ShopFloor Coffee, I'm David Manti. This has been another episode of 5 Minutes with Manufacturing.net, and we will see you next time.